thumbing through a whole nother bag. This not the old one. Run up on this Rory, I'm clicking until it's over. Still put a snow on the mid.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is 4:26 a.m. February the 7th, 2026, and it's Saturday. And Saturday means long run for me. So I'm in here, just got some coffee. I need to put some more. We got the big mug today because we're doing big things. So we need big cups of coffee, black coffee too. None of that foolishness. But for those that don't know, I am Q. I am a husband. I am a father. I am gainfully employed full time. I am a friend, and I'm also a dude with marathon goals. So with that being said, let's talk about today's training. All right, so I have currently been running 100-mile weeks, and we are approaching another week, or my third week of 100 miles. And it is something that I've been playing around with because, you know, I really just want to get that volume, get that aerobic base bigger and bigger, as they say, get that engine larger and larger for the marathon. So have another 100-mile week this week. That'll make 3 100-mile weeks in a row. And then next week, I'll have more of a, not necessarily a completely down week, but I'll bring the mileage down from 100 to probably anywhere between 80 and 90 miles. So yeah, some of y'all probably like, that's not a down week. I follow, but I'm just talking about numerically, you know, just coming off of the 100 and reducing the volume a little bit. I do keep my easy days easy, and I keep my hard days hard. Today is a tweener, right? It's a 10 miles easy on the front end, and then we have 5 miles of, I don't know, they call it steady pace. I think it's called steady pace, right? Which is like 30 seconds off of marathon pace or somewhere in there, and or 30 to 45 seconds off of marathon pace. And then we'll go to marathon pace. So I've been putting in a lot of work, and it's been paying off. So like I said, you know, debuted a 250 marathon, and now we are seeking a sub 245 marathon at the Jersey City Marathon in Jersey City, New Jersey. Hope I said that right. April 19th, 2026. So the East Coast got to see me, baby. You know, we're coming from down south to the East Coast, all right? It ain't the Big Apple, but it's close. All right, guys, so I want to drink this coffee, hydrate. You know, I do have a banana over here. I really don't even want to eat this thing, to be honest with you, but I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat it because I need the carbs. Probably shouldn't talk my mouth full, but you gotta get the gist of this. You ever talk to somebody, you ask them like, how's life? And they be like, oh, life is good. This is one of those moments where I can genuinely say that life is really good for me, right? So, you know, my family's healthy, I'm healthy, my friends love me, you all rock with me. I'm able to do hard things and find enjoyment in them. But I'm also breaking into a space of working with companies and brands that I really, really love. And to be quite honest, you know, I never would have imagined when I started my endurance journey in January of 2025 that I'd be here. So it's just super exciting to not only be doing something that I love, but also to be representing a brand or have a brand that rocks with me that I really, really love and who I've rocked with, you know, even before doing this, you know, partnership or whatever you want to call it. So with that being said, I got the blue box, right? Or I got a blue box. Now, if you guys know anything about me by now, you know I run in the Brooks Hyperion, or I race in the Brooks Hyperion Elite 5s, right? Absolutely love Brooks. If you can't tell, I got a freaking Brooks jacket on, so you get the gist. But yeah, this is a shoe that I have been really excited about. It is the Hyperion 3, and why am I showing you the box? Let me just show you the shoe. So, there they are. So it is the Brooks Hyperion 3. Yes, I have a big foot. I wear size 13. But Brooks Hyperion 3, it is a neutral shoe. And it is, you know, no plate or anything like that. But it's supposed to be for, you know, to provide some stability in your run. I've heard some people say that you can get a little spicy in these, or you can get a little fast in them. So it's not like Brooks's, you know, Glycerin Max, like the really big foam. So I'm super excited to try these out. Literally haven't worn them yet. But yeah, there they are in all their glory. I think it's an absolutely beautiful shoe. Love the colorway, by the way. But yeah, it's a nice shoe. I'm super excited about it. So it has the DNA Flash nitrogen injected foam. Nitrogen sounds like you're just supposed to go fast in them, but I don't know, we'll see. But I'm thinking this is probably gonna be more of a cruiser shoe. You know, just nothing too slow, nothing too fast, like that in between area, right? And so, yeah, Hyperion 3s, Brooks Hyperion 3s. Yeah, I think this thing is marvelous. I cannot wait to try it on. But this is what I'll be running in for the first part of my run. So the way I will break my run down, my wife's gonna kill me because I got this shoebox in the kitchen, by the way. Anyways, the way I'm gonna break my run down is I am going to run, like I said, 10 miles easy, 5 miles at like that steady pace, and then 5 miles at a marathon pace. We'll have a shoe change between mile 15 and mile 20. Well, I'll take those off and let me go get them. Hold on. All right. And I'll be running in these. All right. These are the Brooks Hyperion Elite 5. I call these the Banana Extravaganza. I even had Brooks hit me up on Instagram and be like, should we rename them Banana Extravaganza? They're not serious. They just, you know, giving me some interaction, which I love on my page. But yeah, anyways, Brooks Hyperion Elite 5, beautiful shoe. If you'll look, it has this mesh, you know, kind of thing, so your foot can breathe, you know, and expand and do all that fun stuff when you're racing. Because this is really a race shoe. This is not like an everyday trainer. Or I wouldn't recommend it for everyday training. You can do what you want at the end of the day, but I wouldn't do that. It just doesn't have the support that an everyday trainer would need. This is a race shoe. This is a speed shoe. This is a track shoe, threshold training, that type of work. It has a carbon fiber plate in it, or speed vault plate is what they call it. So yeah, got the DNA gold foam, all that great stuff. But yeah, this is a phenomenal looking shoe, and it's very rare that you see this colorway. Most people see that pink and blue colorway, but yeah, your boy got these, man. Your boy got these. So, all right, these are the two shoes. These are the shoes that we will be rocking for today's run, and I cannot wait. It's actually getting close because it's 4:44 a.m. Speaking of, let's talk about my readiness score. All right, guys, if you can see, my training readiness is a 79, so pretty good, especially given that I'm already at like 64 miles on the week. I'll be at 80 plus after today's run, and then tomorrow we'll do what we do tomorrow. So Sunday's typically like recovery stuff to get to the 100 miles. The week of the 100 miles continues. There you go. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna stop chatting, or stop running my mouth rather. I'm gonna hydrate and get my mind right. Oh, real quick before I go, I'll show you something. All right, one more thing before I quit running my mouth and I get ready. All right, guys, I made a couple purchases that I wanna talk about real quick. All from Coros, by the way. I know they didn't send this to me, but a Coros heart rate monitor. I think if you don't have a heart rate monitor, you're doing yourself a disservice, because the watch heart rate monitors, in my opinion, they suck. Next, we have the Coros Pod 2. And what the Coros Pod 2 is, it's basically it's an attachment that goes on your shoe. And without getting like too nerdy, it is a data-driven device, right? It's gonna pick up your running efficiency, running economy. It's gonna pick up, you know, probably more real-time data as far as distance. And it's really great for the treadmill. And I always say, if the treadmill is good enough for the elites, and it's good enough for me, and I'm nowhere near elite, not even close. Maybe in my mind, but not actually. So yeah, and then we got the Coros Pace 3, right? So I got watch, heart rate monitor, and the pod, and yes, I still wear my Garmin. And people at work, when I'm on Teams meetings, are like, hey Q, why are you wearing 2 watches? Dude, because I'm an endurance athlete, duh. Like, you don't know what endurance athletes like gadgets. at the end of the day. We like stuff. We strapped it on our shoes to get the real-time data, and we wear both watches to, more data, the more data, the better at the end of the day. All right, and the last thing, I am trying out new gels. These are the Carbs Fuel Gel. These things have 200 calories and let me make sure I'm not tripping, 50 grams of carbs. So per gel pack. If you are not used to taking gels, I would not recommend you start out with something like this. It may be too much on your GI system or your GI tract, however they say it. All you doctors out there, and let me know in the comment section if I said that right. But yeah, you don't want to overload your GI tract or cause any GI tract issues with taking too much fuel. I have been training with fuel for many months, so this stuff works for me, but do what works for you. I'm not telling you to try this. This is something that I'm doing. I'm not sponsored by these people, but I have found that I really like these gels, and they give me the energy that I need on these long runs or big efforts. So like we have today. All right, enough of me yapping. Let's go make it happen. That rhymed. I like that. Enough of me yapping. Let's go make it happen. Hey. All right. I'm out. I'll see y'all in the video.
Hop in and hand it over. I'm driving in the whip so fast I can't control it. I'm fishtailing, leaving Hyperions, I should've chauffeured. Chopping it up with Brian by real estate by the ocean. A sea moss juice, my bitch brought me one from Oakland. Today I drove the Porsche with the automatic front lift. I spent $1,000 on candles. I'm at Saks Fifth, tucked in the gas tank, played the night shift, get on the nigga. Head like Kofi for disrespecting it. I'm thinking billions, copping up the building, new whoop Cecilia. Thinking bigger, you thought I was cool and I was taking risks. Palisades, chilling in the shade, might take the bent. Betting on myself and every time, nigga, it's a hit.
All right, guys, back from the run. What an amazing run. Your boy is on a cloud right now because that run went way better than I anticipated it to go, and I completely deviated from the plan. So we'll break that down here in a minute. I am finally about to eat. Had to take a bit of a hiatus from, I guess, fueling myself, I guess is the way to put it. My son had a fitness class to go to, so we went and did that, and that takes priority. So maybe if I would have had my schedule a little tighter, I could have gotten both things done. But yeah, run done, sauna done, cold plunge done, kid fitness class done, and now it's time for daddy to eat some food. So I will show you all what one of my go-to breakfasts is, and then we will break down the run. I was pleasantly surprised. Again, it completely went off the rails in a good way.
See, I've been on my supplements, fish oils, chlorophyll, motives, my hair growing out, and hoes loving it. Some people can't piece life together. It's really puzzling. Talking about trust me, I got you, but I'm not trusting it. Commercial real estate by the Fox, yeah, they constructing it. Business flowing like the symphony orchestra. I'm conducting it. I crack my knuckles and egg, now I'm back to new. I had to comp a bitch, we not compatible. Team on the line, yeah, the lovers all lateral. You cannot practice for shit that's not practical. Fuck with the tactics, this shit could get tactical. Fuck with the rations, this shit get irrational. I cannot talk to you just like them hoes when they mad at you. I overwork and do shit I don't have to do. Stumble and stagger through, dodge all the bullets and dodge all the daggers. To working these bitches and blessing them so long, I might as well take a sabbatical. I tell the truth like a polygraph in the booth, like these rappers do when they pleading in front of the judge, cause they feel like they having to. Judicial system is not a system, it's a trap for you, nigga. It's our season, yeah, Larry June. Shine when you dropping very soon. I get to transforming under every moon. When they bury me, they gotta bury tombs. I'm just...
All right, guys, let's talk about today's run. I don't even know where to start. I am so excited about getting fitter. Post-Houston Marathon, I've gotten fitter and fitter and fitter every single week. Running more is a big testament to why I'm getting fitter, but man, it sure does feel good. And yeah, let's talk about this run. Before we talk about the run, let's talk about how I did a complete Superman dive on the pavement around mile 14 to save one of my AirPods, right? Was running, feeling good. And I don't know, I guess my beanie came up a little bit and the thing went flying. And as Murphy's Law would have it, I was running right next to a drainage. And that thing, I watched it in slow motion, like bounce, roll, and I like turned, dove, and like it was interesting. But anyways, I have it. So and I didn't get injured. So we're gonna be grateful for that. But yeah, let's get into the run. Like I mentioned when I was getting ready to eat, I completely went off the rails, okay? And when I say completely, I just ditched the entire workout. This shoe, okay? this Hyperion 3, let me tell you. Now, this is not carbon plated at all. It's not carbon plated whatsoever. But it has a bit of a firmness to it, like a carbon plated shoe. Not exactly, but like it. And it's snug and it's responsive, if that makes sense. So it's a neutral shoe, which is good, especially for a person like me who's flat-footed. But I think the first 20 or first 400 meters, I knew it was going to be a good run. I guess that's the best way to say it. So I was like, yep, ditching what was it? I think it was supposed to be 10 miles easy, 5 miles like steady 5 miles marathon. Didn't do that at all, okay? So I pretty much did 2 miles easy-ish and jumped straight into a steady pace. And we're gonna go over the stats to talk about that. But yeah, that shoe is really good. And then, we followed up in the Brooks Hyperion Elite 5s for the fast stuff that we're also gonna go over. But I ran in this a ton. Well, not a ton, speed work and races. There you go. Bear with me, guys. My brain is a little scatterbrained. I'm probably still hungry. Let me grab my phone and we'll get into the stats because I can't remember. All right. So the overall run was 20.14 miles. Activity time was 2 hours, 11 minutes, 49 seconds. Average pace 6:33. Best mile was 5:49. Average heart rate was 146. Had 92 feet of elevation gain. I felt like it was more than that. My efficiency for this run, which I am very stoked about, was 102%. If you guys don't know, and I'll pull up the graph here so that you guys can see if it'll allow me to, but Corals does an efficiency percentage, and excellent is 105 to 120, great is 102 to 104, is where we were. Good is 99. You get the gist, you can see it. So the efficiency score was great, not excellent, but I'll take it, right? And then let's just kind of get into some of the miles. So you can see mile 1 was a 740, mile 2 was 705, mile 3 was a 650, mile 4, 639, then we go for mile 5, 636. You get the gist of it, right? So I'm not gonna go mile by mile, but you all can see the stats. So you can see the heart rate that's equivalent with that. So what average heart rate was 146, yeah. So yeah, mile after mile, I was feeling really good. I stopped at miles 5.5 and miles 10.5 for water. So I stopped at a grocery store for water, and then mile 10.5, I stopped at a Starbucks. And there's a Starbucks that is on this route that I've frequented, and they're always really good about giving me water. So shout out to Starbucks. And then we just kept pushing. Also took gels at mile 5.5 and mile 10.5. And that's the Carbs Fuel Gel, the 50 grams. Man, I love that gel. Listen, these guys don't pay me to say this. Hopefully one day they do, but I'm telling you, that gel, it goes down so smooth. I'm not gonna downgrade or, crap on any other gels out there because that's just not my style. But I will say this is the best gel that I've personally used. I'll just leave that at that. And then anyways, continuing through these miles, you can see that we dipped into some faster miles, sub 6. For 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now, I did do a shoe change at mile 16, and that took probably about 5 minutes because I had to come through the gate, go in the house, do all that great stuff. So I guess I got a little bit of a break, if you will, between 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. But like I said, we got the work in, and that's what matters. And yeah, I mean, it went really good. Mile 17 was a 5:56. Mile 18, 5:54. Mile 19, 5:54. And mile 20 was a 5:52. So let's talk about I think it's called relative perceived effort, or RPE, relative perceived effort. I think it's called relative perceived effort. Hopefully I'm not jacking it up. But one thing about carbon plated shoes is carbon plated shoes will give you the speed without the push, if that makes sense, right? So if I ran the same speed, the same sub 6 minute miles in this shoe, I would feel it more than I would in this shoe. And that's because of that, I don't know if you can see that, but that speed vault plate that's in this shoe. It's just a carbon fiber plate, right? And so it just kind of propels you forward. I think the percentage is 4%. I'll have to Google it, but I think it's 4%. It gives you a 4% advantage or efficiency or something along the lines of in your running economy to be able to run faster. So yeah, love this shoe. It was great. Anyways, all right, so that pretty much wraps up that. We are currently at 84 miles on the week. As you know, I have another 100 miles this week, so that means I have 16 miles tomorrow. Many of you may be like, that's crazy. Well, I'm crazy. No, I'm joking. That's just what it is. That's the plan. That's what I said I was going to do, so that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, we'll wrap up tonight. I think pizza is on the menu. Homemade pizza, though. It's some weird concoction my wife saw probably on Instagram. So yeah, so we'll be doing pizza tonight. Be hydrating, getting some water in me, fruit, good sources of protein as well. And yeah, we will be back at it tomorrow. So I will see you all in a little bit.
I can't be letting my seed all off in every room. When you see me out, just know I'm the richest, rawest, rarest nigga off in every room. Yeah. Al, what up?
Betting on myself and every time, nigga, it's a hit.
All right, guys, it is Sunday morning and another day to get better. It's what I tell myself. It is 6:03 in the morning. I haven't really checked my body battery or anything like that yet. Kind of just getting up and getting started, but black coffee on the menu as usual. So I'm not a really big reader, but I try to read when I can. And this book is called The Daily Stoic. It's basically a one-pager per day. So get this read in every morning. And as you can see there, it's the 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. So written by these illustrious authors. So yeah, feeling good. Need to hydrate. I know I sound a little lackluster this morning, but it's 6 o'clock on a Sunday, so it is what it is. But looking forward today. I'm going to take the family over to my mom's, and it's football or Super Bowl Sunday, so we will be entertaining that. Should be a good game too. So, all right, guys. I'll talk to you when I got more energy. I'm out.
Betting on myself every time, nigga. It's a hit.
Yeah, I just did. Thank you. Have a good one. All right, guys, we're back. Full transparency here. We are midway into the week, the next week after this video started, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, man. When you're married, got 3 kids, 2 dogs, full-time job, things happen. And yeah, I'm a little late to getting around to doing an overview of the run from Sunday to finish out the 100-mile week, and a shoe review for this video as well. A new shoe that I used for the long run, for the Sunday run, which I guess it could be considered a long run. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is we are here to wrap up this illustrious video regarding my 3rd consecutive week at 100 miles, how I feel, the shoes I wore for the run, and a couple of stats. So let's jump into the shoe real quick. All right, so this is the Brooks Glycerin GTS 23. You can see that it is a beauty of a shoe. It's relatively new. Brooks sent me this shoe. Shout out to Brooks. But yeah, this shoe is, I would say, more of a stability shoe. If I had to give it a type of shoe, it is definitely, in my opinion, a level above the Glycerin Max. Love the Glycerin Max, especially the first version. I haven't tried the second version. Hopefully Brooks will be sending me that shoe and I'll be trying it soon, or we can finesse something to get that shoe. But yeah, anyways, this has a very similar feel, but it's just a notch above in my opinion. So this is something that I'm gonna use on my easy days. I really loved it. It was, a real smooth, comfortable ride. Didn't absorb too much impact. So yeah, great shoe, phenomenal shoe. If you're looking for an easy / recovery shoe, I definitely recommend the Brooks Glycerin GTS 23. All right, with that out of the way, let's talk about the stats. So I'm gonna pierce into my phone just for a second to talk about the stats, but we rounded out the Sunday with a 16.07 mile run. Took me 2 hours, 11 minutes, 21 seconds. Average pace was 8:11. Average heart rate was 120. The efficiency score wasn't that great, right? I have noticed that when I do doubles, or if my legs are a little bit tired, my efficiency score goes down. And that is in part, or I'm able to in part capture that data because of this pod. So this is the Koros foot pod, and it really does capture a lot of data. So the efficiency wasn't that great. I'm assuming some stuff with my cadence wasn't that great, but the training load was low, which is what we want, right? I'll say it 1,000 times on this channel. Keep your easy days easy and keep your hard days hard. That is how you prevent yourself from getting into a cluster of injuries. Look, nobody wants to stop training because of injuries, so control what you can control and make sure you keep your easy days easy and your hard days hard. Full stop. Well, after the run, I got some food. I didn't really relax because it was Super Bowl Sunday, so me and the family, we head over to my mom's house, which is about an hour drive. Oh, and we went go-kart racing. I forgot about that. So we went go-kart racing before we went to my mom's house. And then we went to my mom's house. I ate entirely too much food. I was snacking like a crazy person, completely outside of my caloric goals for the day. But hey, it is what it is. I run a lot of miles and I probably can, absorb a day or two like that. But yeah, that's pretty much wraps up this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, share it, do all that fun stuff. I appreciate all the love and support, as a working dude and family man who also is dabbling in the endurance athlete space. All of the love and support, likes, all that views, all that good stuff goes to the heart, right? So I appreciate it. And Valentine's Day is around the corner, so show your boy some love. But anyways, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace, love, and happiness. People be good, and your boy is out.